been here. Let's celebrate them with your glass up. Now get your ass up, party like it's the last one. If you wanna ride, come through, get lit with me tonight. Come through, don't know what you were expecting. It's so about to be epic. Come on, if you wanna ride, come through, get lit with me tonight. Come through, don't know what you were expecting. It's so about to be epic. Come on, if you wanna ride, come through, get lit with me tonight. Come through, don't know what you were expecting. It's so about to be epic. Come on, if you wanna ride, come through, get lit with me tonight. Come through, don't know what you were expecting. It's so about to be epic. Come on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Live from Next Sound Studio. If this is your first time tuning in, be ready to be entertained as we are connecting independent music artists with their fans through their lyrics with our director, Will B. Walker, and his director's cut. I am your girl, your host, Tempress Chasity Moore, and I'll be guiding you along tonight's musical journey. Now that you know more about us, let's talk about tonight's featured artist, who is also no stranger to Live from Next Sound Studio stage. David Sosa, a New York-based singer and songwriter who epitomizes musical diversity, contemporary flair rooted in a rich tapestry of influences. His journey began in a foundation of opera, jazz standards, and Broadway, which has fostered an electric taste and a penchant for multi-genre performances. Drawing inspirations from 90s R&B, David's musical palette extends through soulful sounds in the 60s and 80s, shaping in a distinctive sonic identity. David made a notable entrance onto the music scene with his debut album, Journey to Love, which swiftly climbed to number 3 on iTunes Top 100 R&B album charts upon his release. This early success underscored his ability to resonate with audiences through his soulful vocals and compelling songwriting. You've seen him here before, and now he's here again with our director to talk about his latest project and the lyrics to our first performance of the night, Toxic.
Welcome everyone. I'm Will B. Walker, your director. I'm sitting with Dave Sosa. He's the man of the hour, coming in to perform with us tracks off of his new album, and we'll get to that soon. But first, let's talk a little bit about where you've been since the last time we've seen you. And for those that don't know you, talk a little bit about your past, a little bit about how you grow to become the artist that you are, and then Journey to Love. And then we'll talk about the new project.
Got it.
But first, a little bit about how you became a performer, a professional performer.
Just been singing since I was a kid and took every opportunity to get on stage that I could, and luckily I was supported by parents who drove me to get lessons and all that good stuff. So I've been able to luckily sing for Congress, for different artists. I think recently the last person I sang for was Cedric the Entertainer for his book release. It's just amazing stuff. I got great opportunities just doing what I love to do, and I just want to keep on at that.
Let's talk a little bit about the ups, the downs, and in-betweens. So a little bit about that. So when we're talking about the ups, the downs, the in-betweens, what are we talking about?
Well, I think Journey to Love came in that moment of me being in my first ever long-term relationship and coming out of that and kind of finding myself. And then now I've been single for the last 5 years, and I've been right. And so
thought stories.
Thought stories. Little hotel, part 2. But yeah, so I really had to process a lot of different things that were happening. It was the first time I was dating in a long time because I had been in a relationship for so long. And so just figuring out what that looked like, what my needs were that have changed, what are things now I was more aware of it myself that I wasn't before. A lot of boundaries that are set in place, a lot of trusting my intuition versus insecurity. So I wrote a lot about these feelings of being in love, being heartbroken, feeling unsure, feeling suspicious, whatever the case may be. So that's why I decided to write about the ups, downs, and in-betweens. I felt like it captured all of what was happening to me in the last 5 years.
Okay, so let's go a little bit, not without revealing too much, but some of your favorites or some of your being points from the album.
I collaborated with a lot of people, Diggy Diamond, Juanito Jones. I just have so much going on, and it's really eclectic. I have a piece called Supplication, which is really awesome, which is like techno, which I never normally do, and there will be club remixes of it out this October. And then I have Toxic, which is a personal favorite of mine, and I have About You, which I did with Jaspen, which is another amazing artist from Florida. And so I have a lot of little favorite points. I think I like every song I have on
It
here.
was very political because those are the 3 songs that he'll be performing here
Oh.
tonight. So he's really not trying to let us know too much. But thank you for letting us know about 2 of the collaborations.
I didn't know if I should mention anything else.
2 of the other collaborations that
Oh
you
my
have.
God.
Let's jump right into it. Talk about Toxic from that album, and some of the lyrics and maybe story behind it. Don't know. Could be potentially. So let's go into that a little bit.
I realized I was dating someone at the time, and we just tended to be just toxic to one another. And so I wanted to write a song that encapsulated that experience, not so much from personal experience, but obviously some of the feelings in there were something shared. But I thought about how many relationships I heard of in general and what I was experiencing, and I decided to kind of condense all these multiple stories and my own. I remember writing this song and being in the studio with someone I was dating at the time who we were toxic with one another at particular points. And I invited them to this. Some people thought that was a bold move. And we sat there and he directed me on how to sing. He's like, no, put a little more oomph into it. And I was like, oh, we're doing that. So we had a moment where, he really was like, is there something you want to tell me? And I'm like, I think it's been sang already. It was one of those very catty sometimes little relationships. But, we're great friends now, and it just didn't work out that way.
So what from that? What are some of your favorite lyrics that you can pinpoint? He's like, oh, a lot. I gotta remember my lyrics now.
Where are my background singers? It's the you sting like venom. You leave me with dis-ease. I take you in doses to form an immunity. And I just thought about that notion of poison, that sometimes you can be introduced to it slowly and you become immune to it to some degree. And I think we stay longer than we need to in certain things. And I realized that it's still just as toxic, whether it's in small doses or big doses. And so I wrote from that perspective.
Perfect analogy. I like that. Is that analogy? Is that metaphor? Is that simile?
All of it.
Really confusing.
All of it.
Up, down, and in between. Well, here he is performing Toxic right here live in Sosa.
I think we've all been in a situation we knew wasn't good for us. And this is a song about being in that place. Why we stay when we know we need to go. Check it. Don't act right, but still on my mind. Inwardly ugly, outside so fine. You say things to me no one else could say, but like most you give, I'll take it anyway. Enigma, dichotomy, not sure how I got here, not sure that I could leave. You sting like venom, you leave me in disease. I take you in doses for my immunity. I can't seem to get away, wrapped up in your web. No need to escape, your love's so good, but I know you're toxic, toxic. Oh, I chose my poison, you run through my veins. I'm different since I met you, I'll never be the same. I go through withdrawal when you're not around, the pain of your words, but I've grown to love the sound. Depression, Stockholm, low self-esteem. I know what haunts me, not strong enough to leave. Caught in a fun house, I'm staring back at me. Cloud over my head, sweet misery. And I just need to let you go, take control, get myself together, because I know you're unhealthy for me. I'm in need of a purge, release the urge to pull you in and hold you close, especially when I know you're toxic. You ain't good for me. You're toxic, baby. I gotta break free, 'cause you got your chains in me. Gotta go, I can't stay. Gotta get out of my own way. Your love's so good, your sex so strong. Thinking of leaving seems so wrong. Get away, my heart's a place for you to stay. Toxic, oh, oh, you're toxic, baby. See, I came to the conclusion that you're no good for me. You're toxic. And then we learn to let go. Hopefully. And we don't stay in a situation we had no business being in the beginning.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope that you enjoyed that performance of Toxic. What a way to start the night. His voice is simply timeless, and I just can't wait to hear more from him later. But first, let's give it up for Next Sound Studios and B-Roll Visuals for allowing this awesome platform. Be sure to be liking and subscribing and sharing it to all your friends if you ain't done it already. If you are an independent music artist and would like to be a part of this amazing platform, submit your music links to the QR code below, and don't forget to add all music links to be considered. Now back to tonight's featured artist. David is continuing to innovate and evolve and has recently collaborated on the international house music single, Just a Little While, with Rod Carrillo, showcasing his versatility and adaptability across all genres. The track has been widely embraced across digital platforms, further solidifying his impact in the global music landscape. Looking ahead, David Sosa is set to release his eagerly anticipated new album, The Ups, The Downs, and The In-Betweens, slated for September 2024. This upcoming project promises to delve deeper into the musical journey, offering listeners a glimpse into his personal and artistic growth. Here he is to talk more about the project and the lyrics to his next performance of the night, Supplication.
And another song that you performed here live at Next Sound Studio is Supplication. Now this is a new sound, a new feel, a new vibe.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Fast.
It's fast.
Way faster than I'm used to.
It's fast. It's a dance beat. I mean, the dance music is like catching on, so it's very clever to like have a track like that on your album. So let's talk a little bit about that.
So I wanted to obviously step outside the box. I'm pretty much known for doing R&B, and I wanted to just branch out and challenge myself. And so I saw this techno song, and I talked to this producer, and I was like, let me try this. And I wrote to it right away, and it has a lot of nods to Mariah Carey, who you'll see this throughout this whole album because she's a big inspiration of mine. And it also was trying to give like that nod back to like the old club mixes we used to have, like with Deborah Cox and all them. So I wanted to give something with that type of vibe. And I mean, it's a song that can be taken two ways. It could be taken very adult-like in a very particular way. You could take it very spiritual as well, which is kind of how I wrote it with that duality in mind. And so it's really about surrender and allowance and my relationship with the divine.
Your spirits. I can't say that. You got some freaky spirits.
Got some freaky spirits. You can say it. I mean,
because it's pretty risque. So it's a lot of double This is the right word. Double entendre.
Double entendres.
There's a lot of
For
double
sure.
entendres
For
in
sure.
that. So let's pull one out from the lyrics and talk about it.
Sweet supplication, I'm already on my knees. I fully submit to you as you look over me.
I think we're gonna have to beat all of that out. So do we?
But I mean, you in prayer.
But
In supplication. Just say it.
so, can we plan to catch you dancing, or like, is this gonna be like?
I dance in the
Choreograph-
shower. In my living room when I clean my house. I don't know. Honestly, I'm one of those people, like, even in choir, it was hard for me to just clap and sing. I needed to like focus on one thing. It's one of those things. Like I'm like, listen, you either gonna get me singing or you gonna get me moving. It's hard for two. So I don't know. We'll see how it happens, and we'll let the Lord use me.
Here he is performing Supplication right here live next house.
What's goody? I'm Tempress Chasity Moore, host of Live from Next Sound Studio. See America's top indie music artists perform live and hear the stories behind their lyrics. Tune in Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube channel Next Sound Studio NYC. And I'll see you there.
On and on and on. So sweet, yes. When I close my eyes, I want you to take me. Sweet supplication, I'm already on my knees. I fully submit to you as you look over me. I aim to please you anytime, any place. So when I feel you near, my heart begins to race. You can have my body, you can have my soul. What we have between us, no one will ever know. You can have my body, you can have my soul. What we have between us, no one will ever know. I call you into me, you fill me to the top. My cup runneth over, and I pray you never stop. I may try to fight it, 'cause I'm just that kind of man. But your will and your way, I'm yours to command. You can have my body, you can have my soul. What we have between us, no one will ever know. You can have my body, you can have my soul. What we have between us, no one will ever know. No one will ever know. Yes, no one will ever know. Eyes closed at your feet, implicit trust, so gentle yet so firm. Your word is hey, you can have my body, you can have my body. No one will ever know. You can have my body, you can have my soul.
Wow, that was full of innuendo. Not only do I love his sound, he too is a great storyteller through his writing. Let's give it up for him once more. If you've enjoyed the music that you've heard from him tonight, be sure to check out all his music, which is available on all music streaming platforms. And if you've enjoyed us, don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. It was my pleasure sharing this night with you, and I look forward to seeing you again next week, where we'll be featuring another talented independent music artist. Let's take it to our director's cut once more tonight as he and David discuss tonight's closing track, About You.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about you.
Yes.
And that features Jaspen. I'm personally very excited to be doing a music video, so be catching that to be coming out very, very soon. But let's go into talking about the creation and the collaboration and doing that collaboration.
We were both working with a producer by the name of Dickie Diamond and I believe David Lengua, two producers. And basically, we both liked the beat and the track, and he didn't want to give it to either one of us because we both really liked it. So he was like, so I have a good idea. I'll give it to both of y'all and y'all figure this out. So obviously I live here. Jaspen lives in Florida. And so we had like a phone call and we were like, how we want to figure this out? And then I was like, well, the track is called About You. Let's write something about like ourselves. And we started just kind of like brainstorming. And I think at one point I kind of went into like a tirade of like things I've been through that I wanted to write from. And as I was saying it, Jaspen was like, yo, I'm actually going through that right now. Like, what the hell? And I was like, perfect. I'm like, we can write from that place. And we kind of just like delved into it. Like, I wrote in my verse, he wrote his verse, and we just got together and figured it all out and made it work. And we never got to do it in the studio together.
You had to been in the studio at one time.
Nope.
Tell us a little bit about working with Jaspen in particular.
Jaspen was really awesome to work with, like really laid back, super creative, like has a lot of ideas all the time. And we just really were cohesively getting it together. I mean, most importantly was getting the lyrics to really hit and make sure that we're making relatable material and that it's definitely speaking from a place that we both experienced. I think that was the major thing, which is really just kind of giving folks the idea that you need to center your feelings and your worth in any relationship, any position that you're in, because it matters. Like, you matter. And a lot of times we get in positions where we put our loved ones on the front burner and we put everything we want on the back burner. And so it's just a way how to prioritize, love yourself, center yourself, check in with yourself, and make sure that you're operating from that space so that you're really clear about like where you're like working from and what you're putting into anything.
Well said. Well, here he is performing it live right here Next Sound Studio, featuring Jaspen, who also is a friend and a piece of our family here at Next Sound Studio. Here they are performing it live. Be sure to be liking, sharing, and subscribing to Next Sound Studio. Also, be sure to be streaming all of David Sosa's music, which is available on all music streaming platforms. Tune in next week where we'll have another talented artist take stage. See you then.
What's up, everybody? My name's Jaspen. I'm here with my dog, David Sosa. Our collaboration. This song is about you. I hope y'all like it. Let's go. I took a risk that one day we get closer as high as this. I love to reminisce about you. Oh, what a feeling. I could be dreaming. You were my healing. You were love I needed, all I needed. I believed in all the things you said, believed in all the things we did, but I lost, I couldn't find. Been thinking late, our time here together, it switched up like the weather. My own love I will treasure. It's me and me forever. So in the mirror, what about you? It's about you. You can't forget that you're matter, that you're important too. It's me and myself and I. Before I get too blind, not saying I'm gone, I'm not moving on. It's your love, you know it feels right. All the feels, all the love and the healing, it's all about you?
What about you?
What about you?
Don't forget about you.
Don't forget about you.
Don't forget about you. It's about the way you choose and how you move. Navigate the room. This labyrinth of life. It's about the way that you engage, the way that you relate, interact with fate. Oh, it's just a synergy, the matching energy. If you're moving against or in tandem with me, it's just not how you love. But is it too much? Are you focused on you, centered in you, in everything you do? What about you? It's about you. You can't forget that you matter, that you're important too. We so freely love and give. Don't give ourselves enough or even really live. Go within. Oh, the feels of love and the healing. It's all about you. It's all about you. What about you?
Give your heart, give your time, give your heart, but don't forget about you.
Don't forget about you. Don't you forget about. Don't you forget about. Don't you forget about you. Don't you forget about. Don't you forget about.
Don't you forget about
you. I know my value. I know my worth, and I'm not afraid to put me first.
See, I can love freely, wholeheartedly, but not at the expense of me. Don't forget about you. What about Don't forget about you.
Don't forget about you. Party like it's the last one. If you wanna ride, come through. Get lit with me tonight. Come through. Don't know what you were expecting. It's so about to be epic. Come on. If you wanna ride, come through. Get lit with me tonight. Come through. Don't know what you were expecting. It's so about to be epic. Come on. Everybody here live on the gram. Everybody here ride for the fam. Everybody getting crunk up on it, having fun up on it like a merry jam. Roll it up, take a puff. This stuff got your boy like you know what we bout to do. High enough to dance on Pluto. I'm like, it's time for the percolator. Hey, sexy baby. Oh, how you doing? I'm glad you made it. So good to see you. Outside is open back. I hope you're vaccinated. You got them shots, so right? So long we waited to get it in. Frustrated like we never been. Didn't think the shit would ever end. But now the party's 10 until when? If you wanna ride, come